Good morning, friends. Yesterday we had some wonderful presentations by industry experts in the area of kitchen business. Like we had Jürgen Wolf, who spoke about how to make your kitchen business profitable. Then we had Mary Maximus on the art of selling. Soumya Vanvaria on experiential selling. And A.K. Goel on setting up profitable kitchen business. My topic today, taking a cue from what we had discussions yesterday and the concerns expressed, is how to expand the business in a healthy manner in the ever-demanding consumer market segment in India. My own experience in building my brand made me realize that often we land up putting the growth ahead of quality and service. Today's market is not forgiving. The customer is very demanding. Anyone who wishes to start in this industry has to realize this. And if we cannot keep our growth and customer satisfaction both in line, it will result in a vicious circle. It will be a most sustainable, profitable growth if both these things are kept aligned. Keeping this in mind, I have dedicated the presentation to customer delight. Typically, when the sale happens, the designer assumes the order is booked, the job is done. Well, is it really done? That's the million-dollar question. After the job is booked, he just hands over the job to the installer stating, now it's your job to ensure customer satisfaction. I have done my bit. The customer gets furious as in the need to book the order, we actually did not take care that did we service the needs of the consumer. The idea was to book the sale, not to ensure the needs of the customers are met and we have satisfied whatever he wanted in his dream kitchen. A consumer tries to make a kitchen which he has to stay with for almost 15 years. Has his needs been unearthed and satisfied? The consequences, you have an unhappy customer, which today's consumer will ensure that the salesman is unhappy. What happens to the salesman? His confidence is lost. He has a sad body language because ultimately he's not able to figure it out. Unhappy salespeople results in unhappy sales. Let's change the scenario. After the sale, the designer has to be very, very confident that I have met all my customers' requirements. The customer has to be happy. A delighted customer goes forward and tells 10 other customers, the brand gave me my dream kitchen. Yes, friends. If you understand the importance of what the kitchen really means to a consumer, he can get the need really satisfied if he just wanted a functional kitchen from a carpenter contractor at 40–50% cheaper price. But he came to the brand with the idea and the expectation of his dream come true. Convinced about the brand, you have reference customers who rush to the brand because this business, as pointed out earlier also, is highly based on word of mouth. If a satisfied customer tells another customer that this brand satisfied all my needs and they are good to deal with, the second order is in your bag. with the reference customers and the satisfied customers both on his side, the salesperson's confidence is amazing. He has superb confidence. Now his body language is positive because he knows he has done a good job, and he is serving the customer by giving them their dream kitchen. The result, the customer is also sold. Salesperson achieves super confidence. The thought behind is, I know I charged him right because he is happy. So irrespective of whether I sold him the kitchen for 2.5 or 3 or 4, I know my customer is happy, so my price is right. For the same coffee, we will pay 30 in one place, 300 in a second place. We may never complain in 300, but we will complain in 30 if we did not get the value which we perceived. And if the customer is satisfied, the salesperson now knows very clearly that his price is right. The energetic cycle which moves around. Needs are met, customers are happy. Customers are happy, salesperson is happy. A happy customer tells 10 other customers. Referral customers rush to the brand. A confident salesperson in turn makes a confident pitch. Customers are sold, deal is closed. Better closing, profits galore. Customer delight, delightful profits. This answers the query which was getting raised yesterday, that if we have a price over the fight, that I am 10% cheaper than the competitor. Friends, it's a very simple thing where we were trying to understand. If today you have taken feedback from your customers that they are satisfied with the transaction they happened, and if I have done jobs of 10 customers, out of which 10 customers are stating very clearly that I'm very happy with the kitchen, those letters can be termed as sweetheart letters, can remain with us. So tomorrow, before closing, as Ambadas was mentioning, that consumers come and say, your product is good, your service looks good, everything looks good, but you're 15% more expensive. We can address the concern by simply stating, we do agree, your reservations are very genuine. But friends, these reservations were expressed by these customers of ours who, after going through the transaction with us, have got these statements to state. For a customer, he is only negotiating on the price because he wants to be sure that is he getting the value for which he is paying. He is not paying the price only for the product, but it's product plus service. So if your product plus service is delivering the value and you have proof of your previous customers stating that yes, after we paid the price the brand asked for, we are happy. The new customer who wants to engage with you is very confident that if everybody is happy with the transaction, why will I not be? And they are worth the value they are quoting. Thank you. Do you have any questions on this? Thank you.
Hello. How can you help me in differentiating the modular kitchens, what we are providing and what a carpenter can do? How can I convince the customer the differences exactly?
How can you differentiate between a carpenter and a modular kitchen?
Yeah. Carpenter work what he does, because that is the basic problem we face generally, because he works out to be cheaper than us.
See, now, whenever you try to refer to a product which a carpenter does, the first and foremost difference is in the finishing of the material. Let's take the basic thing like an edge band. A carpenter will use a laminated edge band, but you will have a PVC edge band. Whenever you try to compare the finish of both the products, it's a world of difference. That's just a basic edge banding difference. Tomorrow we talk about drilling. Whenever you have a factory finished drilling, the drilling is done on machines with set accuracies. A carpenter really never measures anything. If you ask a carpenter, I have experience of 20 years, he directly takes the tool and drills. And then the complaint starts, as Mr. Vasani pointed out, that, so the hinges give way. The hinges never gave way because hinges were bad quality, but because the drilling was wrong and it resulted in undue pressure. Third most important thing, are we trying to unearth the needs of the consumer? Today, this is the most important thing, that whenever we try to understand the consumer, what exactly is he looking for, and note down those things and see to it from our various baskets of products, how are we satisfying him, how do we engage and understand him. It's a full process which is done for 7 to 8 hours before a customer decides to go or not go with you. And it's in that process that you really derive the value. Today, we never try to check up that whether the doctor will charge a site visit of 20 rupees or 200 rupees. If our kid is sick, we want the best doctor. If you learn to be the best doctor in your vicinity, you have the customer with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How much time will it take to convert it or come to a 50-50 proportion, or might be 60-40 proportion? How many years it will take you?
The moment the manufacturers in the trade put customer delight more than the growth, the scene will be reached earlier. But if profits come first, customer service comes later on, price becomes predominant in the mind, then you can expect that, okay, 30% growth year on year will be 50%, so you might say 25 years. But if the approach changes of the industry in general, it will be a matter of 7 to 8 years.
Thank you. Thanks.
We keep European kitchens as benchmark, and for technical perfection of those, I can say everyone would follow assembled kitchens. Now we have all the problems with us because of which we could not, or the geographical differences, because of which we could not do or cannot do assembled kitchens. How do you suggest people ensure the right quality or good quality as a deliverable to the end customer when they do flat pack? What all process should they follow?
See, whenever you do flat pack also, if you're ensuring that you work with modular system and you're predefining the configurations which are going to go inside, you may define 45 different combinations which can go in a 45 centimeter unit, but they should be fixed clear. And the factory should be having the provision to making pre-drilled carcasses based on that. Your packaging of your accessories has to be made in sync with those combinations which you are offering. You move with the standardized concept of internal configurations and pre-drilling your cabinets. It's a matter of time where you will perfect the model. But if we go, whatever you want, we will design, we will deliver, it really will never reach. Because each time you're handling a different combination.